Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to yet another video. First thing I want to do, first and foremost, is give a shout out to Bless Formation and get this shirt, as well as others of his YouTube channel, where as you can see right now, what I'm actually focused on, how to actually build your own Dreamcast games. Sorry for the camera going in and out like that, but I just want to make sure I'm actually in focus. So once again, here's Bless Formation shirt. Well, so you can see here, we're basically talking about how to actually make your own Dreamcast games using DOSBox and Turbo C++. So I'll go to the next slide. Hope you guys can see this. And actually, to make it easier, let me actually go to current slide. Hopefully, the text doesn't get chopped off so you guys can see what you need. You actually need the Dreamcast DOS Emulator. And of course, the link for that. Boot Dreams. And then finally, Turbo C++. And likewise, I will have those slides in the description box and a link to get to them, because I know it's going to be kind of a pain in the butt to try to get the slides while looking at this video. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible in you guys and your eyes. And of course, you will need to have some knowledge of C++, namely, more than anything else, how to use the IO stream or input output. And C++ actually has the functions of cout for output and cin for input that are actually a part of the IO stream. To access these functions, you actually need to add the #include iostream.h if you're using Turbo C++. Obviously, if you're using the newer IDE like Visual Studio, you won't need to put .h in there because it knows automatically to your code. So here is an actual code example. So here I have include iostream.h, create a void function, int main num, and this actually takes an integer from a user and displays it to the screen. However, for some reason, this is, of course, Microsoft PowerPoint doesn't realize that, hey, guess what? This is not a valid portion, so it should be a lowercase v. Otherwise, you will get a compiler error. So I'll go ahead and save that. And while I'm at it, go ahead and pull up a piece of sample code. So this is what the program will actually look like. So you have the #include iostream.h and that string, and we'll get in the rest of the stuff later on. Minimize that for now. So of course, after you give an input output, you then want to look at how you actually interpret your graphics. So once you do your text stuff, you may want to move on to graphics. So for this, Turbo C++ actually has something known as BGI, also known as a Borland graphics interface, which is required for displaying bitmap images and other graphical files. And this is basically the graphical driver for the Borland compiler. And to access this, make sure you add include graphics.h to your code, and you'll also need to include the BGI folder in your root directory of your application for it to actually work properly. Otherwise, you will get a whole bunch of errors in the actual running application, and your Dreamcast may flip you off just to give you a bunch of error messages. So now we actually will go through some code, and I'll also include the .h file. So I include the iostream.h, string.h, which you actually will need to do some string parsers later on, or text parsing if you want to do that, because you may have a graphical game like Zork, which uses text parser. You will need to do string.h for that. And while I'm mentioning it and thinking about it, okay, I did not put it in there. So yeah, you want to know how to use strings, but instead of using regular strings, you actually need to make them actual chars. So keep that in mind. You won't be able to do a regular all-out string declaration within Turbo C++ because it's that old. You actually need to make an array of chars or characters. So then, of course, include all the stuff that you would need normally. This, of course, for graphics. This for a lot of other stuff. And then the DOS.h, you actually need that to do your audio. Even though here's a bunch of bleeps and bloops like you had in the old Commodore 64, Atari, that type of stuff. So this is actually the struct bitmap that you will need every time you actually want to include your bitmap. So make sure you include the struct. So obviously you also need a little about data structures, but here is just copy and paste. Then create a function known as show bitmap. And of course this code will be included in the link below. This includes all the source code for that. So boom. Just include that before you get to your int main. And now we have your int main, which actually says, okay, I want to display a logo. Welcome to my retro adventure game featuring Detroit fitness YouTubers. So let's try to compile this real quick. Do a save as actually. Made it easy on myself. I'm thinking too hard. So need to put this in the same directory as I have Turbo C++, so that's what else you guys need to do. Make sure you go into Turbo C++ and then put it in your bin folder. Make sure that instead of saying text, make sure there's all files and then .cpp at the end of it, so this thing actually knows what you're doing. Make sure this set to all files, put a .cpp at the end of it. Let me do it again. So you go into the folder where you actually have Turbo C++ installed. Make sure this is set to all files. Now you go to Turbo C4, bin folder, hit save. Minimize this. Now you go into Turbo C++ for Windows, which you should be able to get for SourceForge. So I'll say Turbo C++ 4.0 for Windows 7 or Windows 8. Or this, sorry, now in this day and age, Windows 10, so you hit open. When you get to your directory, so call it sample. Boom, right there. Hit compile. Hopefully I didn't screw it up because I just did everything in Notepad. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I screwed up. In my int main function, I needed to go ahead and add the following lines. Needed a variable for color and the GD and the M and the VGA. So it actually knows, hey, guess what? Here are the colors, here's the graphic interface you need to use, and here are your VGA and VGA high def. So that was my bad. I forgot to add that in there, but yes, you guys will need to add that in there, else your stuff will not run. Which is probably a good thing that I am doing a regular code walkthrough as I do this video. So go ahead and let this thing load up. Now hit compile and we'll see what happens. So now it works. I hit run. So you do that, should be able to see some image on the screen. Boom. Since I didn't have any code afterwards, it pulls the image up and it exits out because I had things set to return 0, which is what it's supposed to do. So I'll go ahead and close that out. And I'll quit. So another thing you guys will probably want to do later on is probably do some animations in there. So actually, let me open this back up. I'll actually go to the game I recently built. So PC version of this. Scroll down a little bit. So you can see here, I actually, in the show bitmap, you will need a little bit of geometry. This is on your screen. So this would be, so the GD, GM will be your X and Y coordinates within your monitor or your computer screen. Or your display if you're on a laptop, that type of stuff. So this 50 is the X variable and this is the Y variable. So this pretty much tells you how far you are across. Y is how up and, your vertical and your horizontal is X. So this is your horizontal and this is your vertical position. So I'll show you this a little bit. So I'll go ahead and pause. Actually, you know, I'll go ahead and run this program. Then I'll kind of cut in and out so this thing won't be too long. So of course here, screen parser. Because actually is looking for text on the screen. So I've actually put in a variable right there to purposely detect windows. Okay, now you'll see the crazy animation. Yeah, a little bit of a flickering version of the Medusa heads from Castlevania. I'll show you guys how to do the text parsing. So basically, at this point, you see I have char action 1 and 10 characters because that's how much space I want to give people to type their answer in. So basically, if you type in the right string, you have to use the string CMP action 1 and then net stat is what I want to do for people to find a net stat equals 0. Then of course it boom looks for the actual full string. If any one character is wrong, then it'll give you a bad answer or it'll give you a funny answer. If you actually type in net stat all the way in, boom, you're good to go. It'll give you a good answer, good sound effect, and you're good to go. So then that's a good place to go ahead and end that. So we went over the text parsing, went over graphics and animation. Just make sure you have the X and Y's synchronized correctly for that. And now we'll go to the final slide. Alright, so basically, once you get everything compiled and run like you want it to, probably test it out a few times on your machine, make sure everything is good to go. And if you're fortunate enough to get the joystick drivers to work, even better. Because I heard there are some joystick drivers that are good and working with this tool. Unfortunately, I haven't found it yet, but if you guys are able to get it to work right, you'll just use your Dreamcast controller. You won't even need the keyboard. But anyway, basically what you want to do once your program is up and running, you want to unzip the folder you downloaded for DOSBox and place your application in the associated files and the BGI folder into the plain files directory. From there, you want to open up Boot Dreams and select the folder you want to use to create your CDI file. So let me show you that real quick. So basically what they're saying is, when you download everything, you pretty much grab all your files from here. Hope that doesn't take all day. So basically, I've downloaded DOSBox on here. Made a few variations of it. So this is what DOSBox for Dreamcast looks like. Once you unzip everything, you'll see that IP bin was IP bin and the first reboot. Then from here, you pretty much create your folder you wanted to put your stuff in. There, I'll call it test. Place all my files in here. And also make sure I have my TC folder here for the BGI information. So basically, the BGI information is in the folder called TC once you download Turbo C++. So basically, you have TC and then BGI folders. So make sure you have all the folders right there. So backspace this out again. So once you do that, then you open up Boot Dreams, you compile everything, and from there, we have this Juggler image. As you see, I created a few of them. From there, and then of course, do the same thing with something known as SDISO make. And also make sure you choose create Homebrew ISO.bat, and from there, copy your files to an SD card and you should be good to go. And in case you guys didn't know, the program you need to burn your CDI files with once again is this Juggler. It's a free download. Information is actually somewhere in my slides as well as in the description, so you guys have no issues. Alright, then, we not want to bore you guys to death. Just want to give you guys a quick run through what you guys need to do to actually get your games that you run in Dreamcast using just a few simple tools. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Hopefully this is somewhat informative, not too boring for you guys. Until next time, everybody, peace out and keep dreaming on.